Hello everyone, hello and welcome to more action from the Dune Imperium Cup for the Dune Imperium Rise of X board game. I'm the Black Shadow, and welcome to more action from the group stages. We have week one for Group C here, featuring MattTV, imbaman, Zontromm, and Somancy, who was one of my tips to win the first tournament back in February. Before the commentator's curse struck horrendously, and for that I'm eternally sorry. So the format for this is we are in the group stages, so there are points allocated for victories, 5 points for the winner, 3 points for second, 2 points for third, and 1 point for fourth. Everyone plays 4 games, and after 6 weeks, the top 4 of the group will qualify. This is week 1 action, first game of the group, and we are getting ourselves underway. So, the first player is going to be red, so we pick in reverse turn order here, and some fun picks already being made. Here's our Imperium row: Voice, Fufia, Shadows, Recruiter, Rover. Very strong Imperium row here. Holtzman Engine is our initial tech. Memo Corders could be nice for a beast pick, and Training Drones for the combat. Really nice, tasty opening marks here. Paul Atreides goes for Zontromm in fourth position. I always like Paul in fourth. Very nice, versatile, lots of options, can do all sorts of things. You want to pick up loose points. Somancy goes with Tessia for position 3. He played a lot of Tessia in the first tournament, played pretty well until kind of getting a little bit unlucky. So he's looking to revisit the world once more. Imbaman up next for the second pick. Was going to pick Beast, but appears to have second thoughts on the matter. Beast certainly looks pretty good here. Could make, with memo quarters, basically can guarantee getting hold of fold space for the second round. Baron also a shout, but takes Armand Ekaz instead. Now, Ekaz is a very fascinating one. We've kind of learnt from the initial tournament that Ekaz is strong, but not necessarily as strong as people reckon. But Ekaz is the pick, and MattTV, Matt Vibert, taking the beast to open up here. So we are ready to rock and roll for Game C, Week 1. Best of luck to all the players. Onwards we march. So our opening combat is Skirmish. So victory point immediately up there. That's going to interest a lot of people. Paul could well make a play for that. Everyone's got a decent opening hand here. Everyone's got a bit of diplomacy. Ekaz admittedly doesn't. So that's a bit of a hindrance for him. He won't be able to pick up, go to Wealth. A very common Ekaz play is to go Wealth, Mentat, and then a third action so that you can trash. Ekaz must visit the boards twice in order to get hold of the trashing ability. He will be able to do that anyways, but no diplomacy first turn's never too fun. Tessia picks up Ring and Diplomacy first turn, which is always good, and Paul picks up his Signet Ring as well. Big fan of first action for Paul, going to Arakeen Signet Ring, getting the double card draw. Makes you tricky to play against. So it goes. Anyways, Archduke is up. He has the Signet Ring, so he will surely be pulling in the shadows with his ability. Lets you can script acquire card cost 3 or less. Voice also a good shout, though. Both very strong picks. Does go with the voice. Reveals gene manipulation as well. Wow, that's a strong combination here. Some very strong Jesuit cards. You've got the Siege Mother as well, so lots of synergy already on offer here. Very, very nice. Says he's up first. I imagine this will be a diplomacy to somewhere or another, followed by probably a Signet Ring to make the duplicit move into the Spacing Guild. Putting only 3 in. I'm going to put in all 4. Fine. I think I probably would have only put in the 3, but it's okay. Got a sword. It's probably going to be good enough. You've got a second action, but I suppose you never know. Wants to take the early point. Trying to get hold... With Tessia, you kind of typically need to win a fight somewhere, so this is a good shout to do it. Paul will play his diplomacy as well. Going to... well, he can't go to that one. That's... I've not seen anyone ever play conscription first action. That's a new one to me, but Wealth is good for the bump. So, reminder of how Tessia works here. She has 4 Snooper tokens on each of the factions. Each time she gets to 2 influence, takes a Snooper token, puts it down the list here, gradually gaining in strength with the rewards she gathers, and duplicity can be used to manipulate the influence with factions where there is tokens. So, very complicated character. Most complicated character recently in the game. But a lot of fun to play. A laser's also a shout for being pretty complicated, but regardless. So Beast is going to go Savfk here. Looks like he's going to make a challenge for the potential victory. Should probably look at the your intrigue before you make any further movement here. Always a good idea to see, get as much information as you can before you make it. Picks up Tiebreaker. Ooh, okay. Well, he's going to keep hold of it. I don't know. I'd have been tempted to throw in, but then I suppose Tessia can easily just put in more troops, so I guess this isn't terrible. But interesting. Tiebreaker, first card up. Fair enough. Ekaz coming into the action here. So Ekaz, a little bit awkward. Probably smuggling with Dune. Looks pretty good. I don't think... Wow, just auto-declares. Just auto-declares for Fufia. Okay, that's also reasonable. Didn't realize he had 5 there. Says he will take the smuggle instead. So Ekaz picking up Fufia as well as Voice first turn. That's 2 very nice picks. Went for Fufia and not G Manipulation and in the shadows, which is fascinating. A lot of people would have gone for Manipulation, shadows, and start kind of reducing your deck there. But apparently imbaman has different ideas. Fufia, of course, a very, very good card. Don't get me wrong. But a lot of synergy potential there. Well, he definitely can't go there. That is not available. You've got to get your influence with the Fremen first before you can reach the siege. But Arakeen, always good. So I really love playing this with Paul. Just makes you really hard to play against because you cycle so much of your deck. A couple of advantages. First of all, it means it's hard for the players to know what you've got in hand. Second of all, it means that because you've cycled through your deck pretty cool. You get the ability to, when you pick cards off the Imperium row, you could very possibly pull them into your second action and have them straight away, which is really, really nice. So lots of options here for Paul. So pulls his Seek Allies is a little bit unfortunate in the dagger, so not very good pull there, which is unfortunate. Still has 5 inf per persuasion though, so lots of options for him to be able to buy some very good cards when it comes around. Beast is going to reveal for 4. He's going to take the Siege Reverend Mother. This is probably somewhat denial, but also possibly setting up for some liaison buys probably in the near future. So I think that's reasonable. Ekaz is obviously declared. Tessia is going to declare for a couple. Somehow is going to get in the shadows here. I don't know how she's managed to get in the shadows, but that's pretty crazy. That is an unbelievably strong card for Tessia. One of the best cards, I'd say, in the game for her. And Paul will have the dagger, and he will have the... he will have 5 to buy. What do you buy here as Paul? Fremen Camp looks good. G Manipulation is still like one of the best cards in the game. G Manipulation and like Liaison sounds good. You could go for Recruit if you wanted, just to kind of increase your power. Fremen Camp is obviously very nice, but it's a little bit situational. G Manipulation and Liaison just feels pretty good, especially with Paul. You've already got a lot of ability to cycle through your deck very effectively. So if you can kind of reduce the size of it at the same time, you can have a hyper-powerful deck here. Get rid of recons, get rid of the daggers and dunes, and just do that. But I guess this is also accessible. Wow, 2 Machine Manipulations on the deck. Wow, that's pretty nuts. So combat it is. Nothing will happen here. Combat will be resolved as seen. Tessia will take the win. A water for Paul, and a spice for the Beast. So Somancy definitely taking the top end of this one as the opening skirmish. Definitely good. But, spice for a troop for the Beast. He'll take that happily. Alright, next round. So it's round 2. And an early attack for Savfk. Okay, this is going to attract a lot of attention. Beast is going to be surely all over this one. Getting Savfk a second action is always really nice here. We'll see how this goes. Now, this is where we're going to hopefully see some strength for Paul here. So, remember, he's going to have opportunities to pick up some nice cards in his, immediately. He could easily pick up, like, Arrakis Recruiter here. That'd be a really nice pick here for this round. Also has this extra water as well from the combat. So, he currently has control over... Whoops, sorry. control over the Great Flat here. No one else can challenge for that currently. That might change. And does indeed. Ekaz is going to put the pressure on. Takes the water, puts the troops in. That's what you always want to do here. It's all about your action economy here. That's what it's all about. And we'll make the opening salvo here. Tessia will use Seek Allies to go fold space, and she's going to look to just dominate and just try and go shipping as much as possible. The dagger will be discarded for the spice, and we'll just be rocking and rolling here. So Ekaz probably is going to need to... it's interesting that Ekaz went for the water and not fold space. I think you probably have to go fold space just to stop Tessia from getting it. Obviously, she's going to get it eventually because she's duplicity, but even so, I think I probably would have considered doing that. So it'll be interesting to see what the plan is here. We shall see. I had access to both diplomacy cards as well, so maybe a little misstep, possibly. We shall see. Anyways, Paul needs to draw his 2 cards. Picks up his liaison, one of the ones that he drew, so it's not a bad hand. Again, a lot of potential for high influence here. He's going to go immediate Great Flat, I reckon, or maybe Hagger Basin, or just take the free spice and keep hold of the water. That's also acceptable. I think this is fine. Take a couple of spice here, maintain the water. Not going to put the troop in. This is fine. Plenty of chance to do it later on. No need to overcommit. Beast has his ring and signet ring. I think Beast has got to be looking to target victory in this one. He might go Hardy Warriors just to kind of make sure of it here, and or he's going to maybe bank for the signet ring just to do the job. Also possible. I don't know. Leaving Hardy Warriors is a little dangerous. I feel like Ekaz might well go there. He definitely can't go that. He could go mining Great Flat, but I don't know. Depends what people want to do here. Memo Cores, of course, is up in the tech tree, which is very tempting. Ekaz, if he can pick up Holtzman Engine, that's very strong for him, of course. I feel like this could be a Hardy Warriors trip. No, go Secrets. Okay. This is an interesting play. Picks up Diversion. Diversion's not a it's not a bad card by any stretch of the imagination. I don't know how much it's going to favour the Archduke, however. He's not really ever going to be going there too much, so we'll kind of see how this proceeds. Tessia will be going for Memo Quarters, I'm 100% sure. Tessia has a legitimate chance to actually cash the point for Memo Quarters. Normally you kind of just buy it for the influence. It's very hard to actually get the endgame proc, but Tessia already looking like she could very well manage that, so we'll have to kind of see how it goes. With Duplicity, she's got In the Shadows. It's just so much influence potential already, so could be a bit of a slippery slide here for the group if they don't keep on top of Somancy. He's looking dangerous already. Paul Atreides is attempting to go to the siege again. The Fremen do not want anything to do with him. So Carthag it is. So go ahead, see what you pull. Picks up Glimpse the Path. This is always a nice card, I think, to pick up. It's pretty easy to get the spice. A lot harder to get the water, so that could feed later on. Especially for Paul, that's pretty nice. Some trips to Research Station. Of course, bear in mind as well, Paul Atreides does have the ability to look at the top card of your deck whenever you want. I don't think that Zontromm has done so yet, however. But that's the strength of Paul. You can see what your top card is. You have a lot of card drawing ability cards. And it just lets you make plays you otherwise just could not justify because you know what you're walking into. It just gives you so much guidance, and you can just make moves that no one else could realistically do without a horrendous amount of risk. We shall see. So the Beast, using his ring, probably going to go mining here, I would imagine, and pick this up. I think this looks pretty good. Gets him up to 5 spice. He gets a troop in with the ring as well, so he can outnumber his opposition here. He has Tiebreaker as well, just in case, but this looks like this is probably going to be good here for Carthag, which is such a nice one to pick up round 2. Carthag always heavily visited, especially if there's a Helena game, for example. You can get multiple Solari out of visits to the area. So I think I would probably be putting in the 3rd troop. It's kind of a weird one. Tiebreaker is not a great card, though. That's the issue. So he might be considering just burning Tiebreaker here and just getting it done now. But I think you could argue put the troop in. Gene manipulation for ECAS, obviously very strong here. Chown directorship turns up in the Imperium row. That is going to be highly sought after here. Gene manipulation as well for Tessia. Lady Jessica appears as well. One of the best cards in the game. Wow, this is a pretty crazy row at the moment. Two monster cards here. Somancy's going to be first up here, so am I going to try and make a play for this? If I was Paul, I would be looking at that with a lot of glee, thinking, right, next turn, I'm just going to probably just research station and just try and get one of these two cards. It's worth making the play for. You got Glimpse the Path as well, just to make that even easier. So Paul Atreides a great opportunity to pick this up here. Has a sword. It's going to take him to 5. It's going to be an interesting to see here. People are going to be pretty disappointed. Beast is going to surely have to tie break here. 4 to buy for Paul. Fremenkamp looks decent. You know, I think Fremenkamp's always a nice card to have. It Shifting Allegiances turns up here. Oh my goodness. This Imperium row is stacked. Good grief. It's a sword as well for the beast. So everyone is tied here at 5 5 points for everyone here, which is kind of crazy. Couple to buy for the beast. Surely liaisons are going to be in mind here. He picked up the Seat's Reverend Mother, so he wants to start getting Throne Bonds. Imperial Spy, though, is a nice card. One I very much enjoy using. It's just a simple, you know, use and dump, get the extra intrigue. You know, it's never too bad to get. Emperor is a good faction for the beast to look to make an advance on as well. So, surely, TV here, Matt is going to play the tiebreaker here, surely. And here it comes. And it will be good enough to take Carthage. He will gain the point in the city. Just the spice for the other two. A little unlucky that they tied along with him with the tiebreaker there. So, a little unfortunate. But that's the way it goes. So, it's an important victory for the Beast. I think this is going to be big for him as the game goes on here. That's going to generate him some cash. That's going to pay for the rest of his Swordmaster. That could pay if like Flagships comes up and he picks it up later. Could pay for that. There's a lot of good options there. So, good stuff. All right. That is the end of round 2. We'll move on. Somancy will be ready to start off with the 3rd round here. And the Imperial Basin turns up as well. Another huge conflict here. 2nd place is hardly bad. This will be fought after as well. Beast looking good here as well. He's picked up his Signet Ring. No one else is heavily garrisoned. Tessia doesn't really have much firepower here. Voice pickup for ECAS, though. That could be pretty pesky. A lot of options here. This looks pretty nice. Gene manipulation as well for Tessia. Really nice to pick that up here. Pretty simple. Head up to shipping, and then you Gene manipulate and trash the card here. Looks pretty straightforward. So, that's, I imagine, what we'll see here. What does Tessia pick up for Tex here? Again, Memo Quarters seems pretty likely here. Don't really see how you don't pick up Memo Quarters yet. Makes total sense. Just go for all the influence possible here. Troop Transports comes up as our next tech here. That's very strong for Tessia. That's a really good turn up for ours. So this is looking like a very good Tessia game so far. Gets a couple of bumps, one for the tech, one for the thing. So that will allow it to pick up an extra water as well, which is pretty nice. I think I would have considered putting the influence elsewhere, probably with the Emperor, just to get the extra 2 garrison troops. It's a little bit harder to come across than the water, but it depends what you want to do. It's all fine. Paul is going to be up here. So Paul's got Seek Allies, got both his diplomacy cards. A lot of options here. I would be really heavily considering probably Seek Allies or something. You could also pick up like your he's going techs. Is he going to pick up training drones? Training drones. It looks like it's going to be troop transports would be pretty much a denial pick, I would imagine. Training drones feels like if you're going to go for buying a tech, that's the one you want to go for. Paul could definitely hold his own in some fighting with Lakis Recruiter here. You could arguably pick up training drones, and then you use the Recruiter and go to Research Station, And that's a couple of troops there. That's not inconsiderable. So I think that's pretty nice here. Flagship turns up here. That's a very enticing tech here for the Beast. Flagships early for Beast can be really, really dangerous. The extra influence as well is pretty nice there for Paul. So I think overall that's a pretty decent pickup. That will serve him well. That will pick up some extra points on the long run. Beast is up here. Beast has the Reverend Mother. However, has no abilities to do anything with it. So, a little bit awkward here. Don't think it's going to be likely going to, like, Arakeen or anything to draw cards. Mentat could do, but I don't really like. There's an argument that says you just Imperial Spy to Welfare and just kind of take the point, take the couple of cash. Getting the intrigues going is never good. You want to be getting yourself as close up to... as close as you can here to whatever you want. To Swordmaster, my apologies. But, you know, there's a lot of decent options here. I think definitely, you should definitely be fighting regardless. So, Signet Ring coming out first up. What do you do with it? A lot of options. Going to go to his own Carfag, probably fund his own cash, I suppose. This is also fine. You just want to get troops on the ground here. You want to push Tessia here. Tessia already at 4 points, looking very dangerous. Beast going to get there. Picks up Finesse. That's not a bad card. I don't think it's the best card in the world for the Beast, but in Tessia's hands would have been incredibly dangerous. Only puts in the one troop. Now that is curious. What is Beast up to here? Only putting in the one dude. That's pretty much suggesting you're gonna commit more guys here. Interesting. Beast definitely is playing a very kind of we'll just kind of poke our nose in, kind of throw a troop in, kind of feel how the world stands here. Interesting choice. We'll see what he proceeds on. He's got a lot of options, obviously. Could still go steel suits or something. The spice pickup for Ekaz, very strong. I think Ekaz is going to be eyeing up Holtzman Engine, I would imagine. He'll throw the troop in as well. Try and pick up a loose water. Worth noting, he did not spend his... he didn't use his voice, that's worth noting. Tessia going immediately for the influence here. Might want to... Needs to pay the cash here. I don't think they've done so, unless they had a ton of money. There we go. Atreides is... Paul's gonna go fold space. Okay, interesting. I don't know. I think there was a chance here to make a play for like Jessica here, or Chowam. It's a committing play. It's a gamble play. But you had options maybe, and you can still get troops in and put some pressure on the combat here. But doesn't look that's gonna be the case. So, gonna just hold horses and just kind of wait for a better chance. See Trevor Mother incoming here, so I would imagine this is going to be steel suits, I would guess. Looks like that's going to be the play here. Probably just trash Dune from your hand as well. I would keep hold of the dagger for now. I think you're going to need the daggers. If artillery comes along later on, you're going to be thankful you kept it. Apologies everyone, some technical difficulties there. All is resolved. So, don't think we've missed too much here. So steel suits did go for the Beast, did make his trip and get rid of Dune, and Ekaz is where did he go? Went to Arakeen, just to add an extra troop, picked up his Fufu, which is pretty nice. Tessia's picked up Jessica. Paul here just making a couple of picks here as well, picking up Shifting Allegiances with his 5 bites, a nice card. But yeah, Tessia is just looking absolutely ominous in this one. Really, really ominous. The reveal here for the Beast for a couple. Gets a sword as well. Very cheap combat here. Looks like Finesse is probably going to be used here to take the Imperial Basin as well. So Beast is going to be pretty competitive here. What do you pick up as your intrigue here? Oh, picks up to the Victor. That's going to suck because you're not going to be able to use that here. That's a little unfortunate. But still has 7 to buy here, does Ekaz. Obviously, beaten to the punch for Jessica, but Treachery turns up here Very strong card, so they'll definitely take that. Satellite Ban also on the decks here, so pretty darn nice. So it is combat here. The Beast surely is going to use Finesse, I would imagine. Oh no, Beast doesn't! Beast declines! Ooh, now that is an interesting... Why would you not play Finesse and you take the water? That is very interesting. Did not expect that. Would imagine you more from what you'd make the play here. Wow. Well, there we go. That's an interesting result there. So, the Duke picks up the spice there. I have a feeling Beast might kick himself for that one. But the decision is made. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright, well, it's turn 4. And Hurricane comes up. So, all 3 territories coming up for battle in the opening 3 proper combats of the game. That is pretty incredible. Don't see that often here. So, let's have a look at some hands. They all look pretty good here. Obviously, Tessia wants to get... probably Tessia's going to be looking to fold space, probably to like secrets, and then you start using in the shadows and just dominate all the influence tracks. Looks like that's going to be the way forward here. Beast is going to make his way up to 2nd spot on the influence track. When he chooses the correct... or Paul even is going to do that. My apologies. Tessia won't mind that too much. Picks up the fold space cast as well, which is something I always forget to do. So Beast has a load of resources here. What's the plan here? What do you want to do? Are you looking to start highlinering, maybe? Maybe go Haga Basin, and then highliner Diplomacy? I could see that. Make a race for Space and Guild Alliance, perhaps. You want to get your alliance, of course, with Beast as soon as possible, so that you're powering up your Signet Ring. So this seems okay, but if he's playing that, I think there's a different plan in mind. Could be going Conspire. Conspire could be good here, pick up the Swordmaster, but has no way to get it, so that's not going to be the play here. He'll be playing Diplomacy first. Is Beast going... Beast is going for Holtzman Engine. Now that is... most interesting. You don't see that often. Artillery turns up as the next tech. Tessia might well try and pick that up, I suspect. That is a that is a committing play by the Beast. Going for Holtzman. Well, that is fair. We'll see what the plan... I mean, is Beast looking to go hybrid strats, I guess? Oh, no. Beast has 8 persuasion. Beast is going for Chowam. Wow. Conspiring for Ekaz here. For the cash. Conspiring, I still think, a really strong square. I think, sadly, undervalued. Still... no, not quite as often used as it used to be in the original Dune Imperium game. It was sort of a lot more useful. It was a much more spice-heavy game. Picks up War Chest. That's always a nice entry to pick up. Always good times there. So Tessia is going to be up here. Tessia with all the options in the world. I would probably be secreting here. Or maybe Duplicit. And pick up the influence of the Bene Gesserit and just start going for that alliance here. There's so many options for Tessia. Tessia not even been challenged for the, obviously has like as much room as she wants with the shipping here. It's going to go up here. She's going to want to get troop transports, 100%. So, Somancy looking very strong here. Players on the table are going to have to do something about it, otherwise she will just run away with this game. There's the token here, so picks up an extra bump. In the shadows, we'll pick up the points, I imagine. Or might even go in the shadows to secrets and then discard for more influence elsewhere. So she's gone through 3 influence tokens, 3 snooper tokens, and we're on turn 4. It's pretty ridiculous. Paul here with is just basically a block here, pretty much. Just trying to prevent Tessia from getting hold of troop transports just yet, which is fair. Looks like she's readying up fold space here. Going to keep you in the shadows to pick the alliance that way by the looks of it, which is fine. Diplomacy, hardy warriors. Hardy warriors it is. This is fine. Maybe that's why the beast opted to take the water, knowing that he could get some hardy warrior trips out of the Fremen here. I guess that's fine. I think I'd probably still just take the point, but, you know, points are points. Again, just the 2 troops from the Beast here. Beast is playing very conservatively. Beast also, by doing that, has given up on Chowam, which is also very interesting. I think I'd probably just declare. Not gonna lie, you've kind of gone there and picked up Holtzman. The declare there to pick up Chowam, that's super nice for you. So I think that would have been, especially for Beast, who, you know, can be a bit of an issue. Like, you pick up that point, you pick up this point. You're kind of making progress on these 2. It's a little bit of an error here, but we'll see. But 3 points up for the Beast regardless. So Ekaz bringing out the Dune here. So it looks like he's going to go mining. Yep, pick up 3 spice for his troubles and get some troops in. I'm liking Ekaz here. Ekaz being nice and efficient with his actions, which is good to see. Do enjoy that. This is very, very nice stuff from the Duke. Kind of keeping his actions very, very concise, very meaningful. He's going to need to play well here, though. Tessia looming dangerously to the left. Tessia also needs the Bene Gesserit point as well. So there we go. There's the Fremen point as well. Yeah, also needs the Bene Gesserit point. That has not been taken there. So they'll make the declare here. It's not going to be enough to take the win at all. Mercifully. As this could be a pretty quick game. So training troop is in. Gets the extra troop in. So 5 to buy for Paul. I mean, Satellite Band looks pretty good. Satellite Band, one of the better cards, I reckon, from the Rise of Ix expansion. Looks like it's going to be Satellite Band getting the pick here. But they're all decent shouts. Fremen Cap's good, but I think one's already gone. Imperial Spy, I don't think it's going to be too useful to you now anymore. And you've got to be careful about how big you make your deck here. Paul already at 16 cards, right? This got a fold space in it, I believe. And he might still have his Seek Allies, but you've got to be a little bit careful here. But Satellite Band just feels pretty good. The ability to just discard the extra resources is always nice. Bounty Hunter turns up here. Bounty Hunter, one of my favorite cards in the game. Real fan of Bounty Hunter. Very cool. Only the 1 cost, which is kind of a bit crazy. So, the 7 for the Beast might be ruining his decision to go for it. But he's going to go... well, I suppose it's worked itself out, actually. He's got hold of Worm Riders here for 6 and happens to get Bounty Hunter on top. So, it's actually worked out just as fine. But probably didn't know too much about it. A couple of swords for Ekaz. Putting him onto first, at least temporarily. Nothing to buy that he's interested in, so will not bother. No ability to trash. Tessia with a sword gets the alliance with the Bene Gesserit up to 6 points already. Dispatching Envoy, that's just more good for Tessia. Just more visits to factions. You know, easy as you like. Just picks up the liaison just for some influence, looking to buy some spice. So Tessia looking incredibly, incredibly good here. So combat it is. Now, does Beast play finesse now to deny the point? I don't think he will. I think he's going to keep hold of it. If he didn't play it the first time, why would he play it the second? That one you could have won. This is a denial. But denial it is. So he's going to play it to get the this. Now Ekaz is in a weird spot. Do you play War Chest for the point? I think you probably play it. You're guaranteed a point anyways. And you could hold on to it for the end game. But I honestly think if you're going to do that, you might as well just play the card. But it's going to take the cash. I suppose has mind on a Swordmaster, I suppose. But a lot of these combats working out pretty nicely for Tessia. Like, you know, no one's really scored too much outside of combats. We've had, you know, it's a draw there. So We shall see. All right. Moving on, turn 5, Terrible Purpose, more victory point combats here. It will be red to begin here. There we go. So, some nice cards pulled here. We've got Treachery up for Ekaz, Jessica in for Tessia. A lot of very strong cards. Shifting Allegiances for Paul here, but needs to find some spice. Has the water, however. I mean, Hagar Basin with Shifting Allegiances looks pretty juicy. Beast is going to get hold of his Swordmaster now before it gets lost elsewhere. Before Ekaz can pick it up. But Ekaz can still go Mentat, and I suspect it might well do so. We shall see. And just decide to do so, which is fine. Jessica, I think, is not going to be played here. I suspect Jessica's going to be held probably in. Both daggers would allow for a ability to buy spice here. So, Jessica for 3, Art Convincing for 2, Liaison for 2, and then you've got hold of where's for 1. I honestly think probably I would be playing dagger to Tech Negotiation, getting the troop transports, but this is also fine. So troop transports is surely getting taken here. And is done so. That'll put some troops into the combat. A couple of cards to draw as well. Might find spice regardless. We shall see. So the bump there. And that's going to reveal Chalmurky. Chalmurky, always a good tech. Always fun. I mean, the last game I commentated, Chalmurky won a 4-way tiebreak, which was insane. And Tessia pulls enough to pick up the point anyways for spice, so looking pretty good here. Easy times for Tessia Vernius. So Paul is up here. Or is Tessia considering playing and just picking up Chowam? Chowam's probably just as good as buying spice here, to be fair. And it's unlikely anyone else is going to get to it first. So Vickers, it's probably a free... It's a free Dune. Pick up Chowam and just add even more influence to the table here, it looks like. So Paul is up. Going to use the fold space. I really would like to have seen Shifting Allegiances to Hagar Base and get some influence going here. You could easily bring... it's not a lot good, though, because you don't really have a lot of influence to throw around. I suppose that is also a problem. Could have gone maybe... I don't know. It's a tough one. But I would like to have seen that sort of game played. I feel like missing on that spice probably is going to be a bit expensive here. Beast is going to be up here. Beast not particularly near an alliance at the moment. Has the 2 influence, however, for Worm Riders. And he's going to be looking to rely upon that. So buying up in. Now, this is interesting. This is going to put Tessia in a bit of a tricky spot now. Tessia is going to have to decide. Probably going to be forced to buy Charam now. So 1, 2, 4, 6. Only the 7. There's the 8th point. So Tessia's probably going to be forced to discard Dune now because of that. And have to just declare and take Charam on the spot. No bonus action for her. So a nice move there from the Beast. I think you want to be getting some troops in. 1's fine. Well, of course, you do have the swords. But I would probably be getting more dudes in here and just putting the pressure on Tessia here. We shall see. To be fair, though, Beast might be eyeing up the Keens anyways. Might be eyeing it up more with the Fremens and the your Worm Riders. It might prove a more useful card anyways, but we'll see. Ekaz is up. Ekaz is pretty much... He can go anywhere he wants here, really. A lot of options. Trying to work out what's best is tricky. I try to keep Treachery for a little while. Get them some reveal uses out of the troops. So, G Manipulation feels pretty good. You have got the 8 spice. You could arguably use that for flagship. But Conspire is also good. You know what? I quite like this. I think this is pretty sweet. Not quite that many, but yeah, a couple of points at the Emperor. It's going to be difficult to, it's going to give something to challenge. It has 4 spice, not the 3. Just correcting that up there. The extra cash is also a bit telling, though. So, obviously, Ekaz is looking to prep up the cash for War Chest here. Picks up Demand Respect. Now, that's an interesting pickup. That might convince him to fight a bit more heavier here. We'll have to see how this goes. Interesting. Has the spice for it, too. Yeah, this is risky. She plays it. Yeah, it's just going to go for the combat here. Gonna basically hope that Beast doesn't reveal and still gets hold of Chowam. That's pretty much where we're at here. If Beast reveals and takes Chowam, I'd be very impressed. It'd be a very strong read, but it's a difficult play to make. It's easy sitting here, seeing the cards, but sitting there in the Beast seat, it's a tough one. You don't have enough for Spice, so it's no good for Holtzman. Beast with a decision to make here. To be fair, though, the combat's kind of spiraled out of control here, so I think there is an argument to just give up on the combat. Oh, he's playing his liaison. Oh, he's picking up. Oh, he's picking up artillery. Oh, yeah, this, I suppose, this is. I don't like it. It only gives him 7 to buy now, which is not a lot of good. So I guess he is committing for Liet Keynes. Looks like that's where we're at here. Somehow no one has gone to Haga Basin yet. This blows my mind. There's going to be 5 spice sitting there on the next turn. How has no one gone and taken this? Pretty crazy. Regardless. So, Ekaz... I don't think should be... Ekaz, you kind of want to win. But it's difficult to find the win here. You'd have to go to, like, Carthag here. Put all your troops in. And then use War Chest. But even that's far from guaranteed to do the job. You're relying on your... Well, he does have a dagger in hand as well, so... You're not reliant on your intrigue. You know you've got 15 in the bank if you want to use War Chest. Interesting that decides to do this with reconnaissance, not manipulation. Interesting. Picks up Fufia. That's a nice card. It's going to be a little bit awkward now for Ekaz, though. Ekaz might well want to throw him in anyways, because now you're going to have another intrigue here. It's a little tricky. Gonna get him in. I don't know. I mean, this is going to be... It's going to be curious, so up to 10. And if Ekaz does the maths, Ekaz will realise that he can win this. That's the 4th token for Tessia. So, a couple more troops into the garrison. Chowam directorship for Tessia as well, just to add on the points. Tessia's just had complete run of this game. No one has really interfered with her plans, and as such, just running absolute roughshod here. Already at 8 points, and we're on, what, turn 5? It's kind of crazy, so... but this is the interesting thing of the fact this is a group stage, everyone. People have the... this isn't just about who wins. This is all about, positions in the group and the table standings is also very important here. So this is going to be a narrow fight for second place. Second place is still 3 points. That's still very strong. Even if the game is like a complete blowout. Guild Ambassador on the deck here. Guild Ambassador looks nice, although actually making use of it's going to be tricky. Picks up Stilgar. Wow, doesn't take the spice. Takes Stilgar and Guild Ambassador does not buy the spice. Now that is interesting. Sorry about that images there. I do apologize. I need to work out how to hide those. It's important, I'm sure. I don't know. This is that was an interesting decision from Paul. Two nice cards, but I feel like, you know, the points there. Tessie's already at 8. I think that would have been a better call. Never mind here. Lit Keens, yep, and just going Fremen cards here, just hoping to fly into her and get hold of a thing here. Don't think he can actually buy the Chris knife. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, only has 6. No, it has 7. Oh, declined. Oh. Yeah, never mind. We'll ignore that. Okay, never mind. So he's going to pick up the thing here, Fufir. Picks up Private Army. Wow, that's nice. That's a nice pickup for Ekaz here. The demand, he's going to be able to ping off Demand Respect. That's very nice. So Private Army, keep hold of War Chest, and Demand Respect. It looks pretty good. Ekaz could still make the play for the Emperor Alliance here. Picks up the Gunfopter. Always nice. So Private Army surely incoming here. Yeah, here it comes. That's a very fortunate pickup for Ekaz. That's worked out beautifully. Will take the combat here. There will be nothing from Paul. So that'll do the job. And Demand Respect is going to come out for the extra influence bump, which is also nice. So lots of goodies here for Ekaz. Picks up the point from Terrible Purpose. Gets 2 card trashes if they want it. And Demand Respect surely getting played here to take the Emperor Alliance. That would be, that's the play to make. Or is it? There is a world that says you don't do that, and says you just take a point elsewhere and just try and hope Tessia wins this game as fast as possible, so that you secure 2nd place. There is an argument that says you do that, but I don't think it's going to make a big difference in the long run. Probably not in this game, I don't suspect. So, a couple of dudes in the garrison. Just clean that up from there. And that is going to be that. So, Ekaz looking pretty good for 2nd spot here. It's going to be end of the round. So, next one up, Cloak and Dagger is the next combat here. Not usually the most heavily sought after deck in, one in the world. In the Shadows, surely going to get played here. Looking just to cement alliances here. So I imagine we'll see that very quickly. Probably to, I'd suspect, probably to selective breeding. And then use that to try and trash a card and try and pull up more spice. Looks pretty good. So Ekaz is going to be first up. Ekaz, if he wants his Swordmaster, can get it. I suspect it might not even be worth it. I think I'd probably be picking up the hall here. Get your High Council seat. Mentat's also fine, but a little risky. You don't know quite what you're going to draw. Picks up the Voice. That's a nice card. That's a very nice card. Can Ekaz find an extra point in this combat, in this round? He should be able to manage it. He's got options. Fremen, Bene Gesserit. I think you just want to make just some simple alliance visits here. Pick up a couple of points for that. Don't see how that's not a bad idea. Tessie's going to want just to close this game out as fast as possible here. And I would imagine you just got like so many options here. The Signet Ring doesn't do anything as far as the abilities anymore because all the tokens have been taken, so it's just an access card now. That's all that is. It's one of the things that Tessie's Ring is it technically gets weaker as it goes, as opposed to someone say like Yuna who gets stronger. So yeah, this is just try and get this game over as fast as possible. I mean, it's just giving you all the cards in the world. Picks up Chowam. Chowam I'd probably discard here. Yep, discard that for the influence with the Spacing Guild. Picking up another point here. So that's 9. This game is about to end in 6 turns. And there's nothing anyone's going to be able to do about this. So it's all about 2nd place here. Somancy's played a good game, but no one's really challenged. Complete blowout here. So it's all about second spot. It's going to be interesting to see how what people do here. So what's the plan? I think you just hit up Interstellar. You want to take a bump with somewhere that you're going to visit afterwards. I would not be doing it with Fold Space. Yep, Dune. That's your best bet. Get your influence bump with a faction you're looking to visit in a moment. Probably the Fremen. You'd like to hit up Hardy Warriors. That'd be pretty nice. That sounds pretty good to me. Does have access to buy a tech potentially. Could go Spice and use that to pick up Chalmurky. He's going to pick up the War instead. So that is that. Research facility, a disposal facility, I should say, comes available, which is always a nice card, but it's not going to do much this game. Couple of troops. So yeah, you want to get a water for the tech. And I would suggest taking the bump with the Fremen and looking to hit up Hardy Warriors in a moment. Seems like the right move here. But declines against it. I think that's what you want to do with training drones as well here. You know, just get a lot of troops to go. You got all these garrison forces. You should probably be making use out of them, but declines to do so. Maybe looking to do it with Fremen Camp instead and go perhaps mining Great Flat. Ooh, that looks nice actually. Great Flat mine. And use the spice to get the troops in, training drones, and just throw a load of dudes in. That doesn't sound too shabby. I can get behind this. So Beast is going to be up here. Beast easy points. Beast just needs to visit some factions, preferably, and just take some points here. That's a curious play. Now, why were you so interested in getting hold of the loose spice? You have no war, admittedly, so you can't actually grab the Hagar Basin, which somehow has got 5 spice on it, and no one's gone to yet. It's kind of crazy. So, I mean, Tessia could pretty much just declare here, and it's over, and that's it. Tessia with the 10 points. It has a free action, so he wants to do something with it, I guess. But really no need to. So Ekaz is going to be up here. Ekaz has 9 points to declare here, so could just declare and just take the spice point, take the point of war chest. That's going to give you 7 points here. That's probably good enough for second. And I think that's what you got to look at here. But Ekaz has different ideas. He's gonna take his point that way instead, which I guess is fine. I guess this is totally fine. He's gonna go take the point that way. So gonna throw the troop in. Tessia just gonna, I mean, he's just gonna throw it in here, just an attempt to say, well, you know, maybe I can win the combat as well. Just it doesn't really matter. Doesn't particularly matter. So we shall see how that happens. Paul's lost his chance. So Paul's got to go, surely, Fremen camping the Great Flat, I would imagine. I don't see how you don't make that play. You've got the water. The spice is sitting there. That feels like the right action. You want to win this combat here. That's the best way you're going to get troops in. I don't really... You know, you got a couple of swords as backup as well. There you go. Or that way, whichever way. I mean, it saves the water, which is fine, sure. Which all matters. Like, at the end of the rounds, at the end of the group stages, tiebreakers will have to be decided, and potentially that will come down to resources. So we'll be able to deploy 5 troops here if pays for the spice here. 2 from Garrison and 3 from Fremen Camp. Giving a total of 10 troops into combat, which is gonna be good. No one's going to be able to do anything about that. Unfortunately, the bump's not bad. The bump can still be used with Conspire here. Sorry about that. Can still be used with the Emperor here to take the point there. So, and you never know what you're going to find with those intrigues. Maybe there's something there you'll be able to find some use out of. Who knows? I suspect probably not. Not the speed this game's gone. So Beast making a point of going selective breeding. So Beast wanting to make use out of a Holtzman engine here, try and pick up the spice. Needs a Fremen card, however, in order to get anything out of Seats Reverend Mother. Gets it. Gets the card. 4, 6, 7. Just about enough for the spice. Also picks up Worm Riders. It gives him the swords as well. So that's actually huge. That's going to be 7 swords for the beast here, along with a spice and the spice must flow. That's a very nice draw. It's about as good as you could have got. That's about as good a draw as you could have picked up there. So good job there. Very nice. Ekaz is up. Ekaz has already given up with the spice point, so you know you're going to get one off War Chest. That basically won't be stopped. So is there any other way you can get a point here? You don't have enough for flagships. I don't think you've really much else going on. You might as well just go like Carthag, I guess, and who knows, you might find you pick up something that you can use. Nothing else really to be doing here. I think there was probably plans to Haga Basin, but that has been taken beforehand, so that's going to not be available here. Diversion's not going to do much for you either. Not really much to be doing here, I don't think. Disposal facility is not any good to you. You can pick it up, you do have the Negotiator, but it does nothing for you. I mean, I guess you just go Carthag, throw troops in, try and take a 3rd spot. You know, tiebreakers are important. You want to try and hold on to your 2nd spot here. And it does make the play. There we go. Good stuff. What's the intrigue you pick up here? Is it something useful? Let's have a look. Picks up, that's nice. Picks up Sisters. All right, that is a point. That is an extra point there with the Bene Gesserit he did not have beforehand. That is, that's good time. So Spice Must Flow for Tessia taken to 10. Game is well and truly over. So yeah, this is an Ekaz looking good for 2nd spot here. He's going to pick up Secrets, going to pick up War Chest. Going to take him to 8 points there, which is pretty good going, all things considered. I think given the absolute speed of this game, to pick up 8 points as fast as Ekaz has is done very well. It's usually Ekaz games, you want them to be a bit longer. You know, obviously tend to go for a more spice-heavy strategy, thinning your deck strategy. That's where your strength is. You need the game to go longer, but going to pick up 8 points regardless in the space of 6 turns, which is very good going. Paul forgetting to use his thing there earlier for the deployment of troops, but it doesn't particularly matter here. He's going to win the combat regardless. Or is he? It's going to be just enough. 7 swords for the beast is going to take him to 11. Has nothing else. So perhaps the beast perhaps a little bit unlucky here. That he's not going to have enough to get over the line here, which is unfortunate. But we'll pick up the extra spice here, so that gets not too bad. So and you never know, just the intrigue card could be something maybe useful. But I suspect it's not going to be the case. Does have an extra action, however, does Beast. So he could still put troops in. Arakeen it is, surely. Try and get the redraw, pick up the spice. Need an influence card, though. Oh, what a draw. Wow. I mean, that is, like, the best free cards that you could have picked up outside of, I guess, like, Liet Keen's. That is kind of ridiculous. Picks up the spice influence and an extra sword for good measure. Unbelievable. Here's the Sisters card here. So that's an extra point for Ekaz. Takes him to 7. 2nd looks pretty secure. Beast looking pretty solid for 3rd place here. It's been a bit of a all over the place game, this. Somancy just kind of crushed it. But good job to Imbaman for keeping up pretty well despite everything ongoing here. Has managed to benefit pretty nicely. So here's the reveal from the beast. That is 1, 5, 6 swords plus 3 for artillery, taking 9. For a total of 15. And Fremenbond kicks in 1, 4, 6, 8, 9. So we'll be able to buy the Spice Must Flow. So that's a very, very nice reveal for the beast here. Takes him up to 4 points. And that is going to be it. So is combat. No one's going to play anything here. Ekaz could play War Chest. And probably should play War Chest for the win here. It is enough. Oh, no, you're sacrificing a point, though, for a bump and 2 daggers. Is the bump going to get you anything anywhere? Not immediately, so no, I would not get involved. So nothing for the beast with the influence there. As a spice and influence for the rewards. There we go. So wow, plans within plans. I could have gone to Tessia and just got even more points. It's kind of funny. War Chest is going to kick in here for the extra point. So easy way to do it is just to just do it that way. Shrink the card, put it on, and that is going to be all. So that is the end of the game. This was a bit of an all over the place match here. Somancy wins it convincingly. Pretty dominant display here. Just very, very strong. Did nothing wrong at all. But Ikaz, very impressive. Good second place, I think, all things considered. Played pretty well. Did well to get to the 8 points there. So very strong stuff from them. Beast third place with the 5. And Paul, unfortunately, with the spoon for this one. But it's a long way to go in the tournament. Long way to go yet. So thank you all for watching this group game. We'll have more games, of course, from the Dune Imperium tournament. So we shall see you all next time. Take care of yourselves, everyone. We'll see you soon.